this, y'all.
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. Oh yeah.
What is going on, guys? Mr. Whale here, and I'm back with another video, and this time I'm going to be bringing you the Batman movies tier list. Now, a few days ago, I just finished watching almost all of these movies, and I say almost because I haven't watched Batman 1966. In my opinion, it's a little too old, and I didn't really feel like watching it because I didn't grow up on the 1966 Batman show, so I'm not going to really enjoy it, I know for a fact, so I just didn't bother to watch it. But with that being said, let's get right into the video, starting off with Batman and Robin, and I don't even have to say anything besides this movie is an absolute abomination. I mean, come on. Like, they just took Batman 89 and Batman Returns and turned it into a complete joke with Batman Forever, which we will talk about later, but they just went full on kids movie with this one, with the infamous bat nipples, bat ass, and then we got the ice skates coming out of their bat boots. This movie obviously is getting a D. It's not good, and I really wouldn't watch this on a daily basis. Next is Batman v Superman. Now, if you've seen my DCEU ranking, you'll know what I feel about Batman v Superman, other than the fact that General Zod turned into Doomsday and the Martha shit at the end of the movie. It would be a B. However, because of that stuff, I'm going to give it a C. I don't think it's an abomination as people put it out to be, especially if you watch the Ultimate Digital Deluxe Edition or whatever. Just don't watch the theatrical cut. Watch the Digital Deluxe Edition and you'll like it more than you think you'll find it more enjoyable than you thought it was. Next up, Batman Begins. Now, I love a good origin story, man. So, of course, Batman Begins is going to be a great movie for me, I should say. I love Scarecrow. I love Ra's al Ghul. My second favorite Batman story or group of villains are the League of Assassins, right behind the Court of Owls. The League of Assassins is very intriguing with Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul, Damian Wayne. All of that stuff intrigues me, and this movie is literally based off the League of Assassins. This movie is going to get an S. Batman Begins is a good time. I love origin stories. I love the story arc of Bruce Wayne growing and turning from the vengeful person that he is to more of the Batman who seeks justice, not revenge. Next up is Batman 89, and here we go with an unpopular opinion. Batman 89, honestly, I think it's kind of mediocre. I understand it's old, but I feel like it's very dated, and I don't like the character of Vicky Vale, and in this movie they completely turn her into full love interest for Bruce Wayne, revealing the fact that Bruce Wayne is Batman. Michael Keaton as Batman, however, is an incredible performance, but Jack Nicholson's Joker is kind of overrated if you ask me. I'm going to give Batman 89 a C. I know here's where the dislikes come in, but it's just my opinion. Batman 89 isn't really that great for me. The Dark Knight, oh man. Speaking of, in my opinion, one of the mediocre Jokers to the best Joker of all time, Heath Ledger's performance as Joker is amazing. Aaron Eckhart as Two-Face is also amazing. The storyline with the two boats and the bombs, or like are the innocent civilians gonna blow up the criminals? Are the criminals gonna blow up the innocent civilians? I love that story, and of course the Rachel and Two-Face Harvey Dent storyline where Batman has to save one of them is great. Of course, everyone knows that The Dark Knight's gonna get an S. The top two on the S tier are my number one and number two Batman films. These movies are just great. Batman Forever. Now, like I said before with Batman and Robin, they took Tim Burton's Batman movies and turned them from dark to just kid-friendly. Batman Forever isn't 100% kid-friendly yet. I can see the kid-friendly aspects coming into play with Batman Forever. So for that reason, I'm not a fan of it. You have, the movie kicks off with a drive-through joke, and it's It's so bad compared to the previous movie, which we will talk about later. But I don't think it's awful. I don't think it's as bad as Batman and Robin. I'll give Batman Forever a C. The Lego Batman movie. Now, this movie is just filled with references and jokes. Like, this movie makes fun of Batman and Robin and Batman Forever, and it's just great. The reason I'm not going to give it an A, because if I think I put this on the B tier before in my animated Batman movies tier list, because it is aimed towards kids and it is very silly. But besides that, I think if you look past all of that, it's a good movie, and I think it's worth the B tier. Next up is Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Now, when I did my animated Batman movies tier list, I didn't watch Mask of the Phantasm, but since it was a theatrically released Batman movie, I watched it for the first time the other day, and I think it's actually really good. I didn't grow up on the 90s Batman animated series. I really want to watch it, but I never get around to doing so. This movie is a very good spin-off movie to the animated series. I love the character of the Phantasm. I love I already forget her name, but Bruce Wayne's love interest. I love her character. I think her story is great. I'll give Mask of the Phantasm an A. It's a very good movie. The one thing I do have against this movie is I feel like the final reveal that the Phantasm is Bruce's love interest, it was very underwhelming. I knew it was coming, but even that shouldn't take away from the fact that it was just underwhelming. Me knowing who she was doesn't make it underwhelming. The reveal was just underwhelming, if that makes sense. Batman Returns. This movie is actually very good. I think this is the best of the Batman anthology from 89 to 97, I think it was, maybe 98. I love the character of Catwoman in here. I think Catwoman and Batman's chemistry in this movie is very good. Danny DeVito as the Penguin is incredible. I don't understand what people say when they say this movie gets too dark for them. I mean, it's Batman. I mean, what do you expect? It's supposed to be dark. I mean, I guess the dark aspect isn't for everyone. Then just don't watch this movie, honestly. I think it's a great dark story, and it being dark works for me, and I like it like that. That's why I was very disappointed with Forever and Batman and Robin. I'm going to give Batman Returns an A. I love the chemistry between Batman and Catwoman. Great character. Michelle Pfeiffer is probably the best on-screen Catwoman. And finally, The Dark Knight Rises. If I'm being completely honest, The Dark Knight Rises is a disappointment compared to Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. I still think it's watchable, but I don't think it's as good as The Dark Knight and Batman Begins. However, I don't think it's worse or on the same level as Batman v Superman, Batman, and Batman Forever. I'll give The Dark Knight Rises a B. When I first watched this movie, I thought it was my favorite out of them all, but I guess I wasn't paying attention, because when I rewatched it again, it's by far the weakest of the Dark Knight trilogy. Again, I love the fact that the League of Assassins comes back in this movie, and I love Talia al Ghul's character. I don't know the actress's name, but she is a great Talia al Ghul. I think the reveal was very good. I'm definitely not biased because I predicted it, but I think it's a very good reveal that Miranda Tate was Talia al Ghul. Tom Hardy as Bane. He's good, but I can't understand him at times, which holds him back for me. But I still think The Dark Knight Rises is a watchable film, so it's getting a B. But yeah, that's going to have to do it for my tier list. If you disagree, which of course you are, just please do so respectfully. I will appreciate that very much. Let me know what you think about these Batman movies and what your ranking is. But other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Who has the coolest gadgets? Who has the tricked out ride? Who does the sickest backflips?